Hi, Leslie Koo here. The summit between Central Asia and China took place recently in Kazakhstan. How important is this summit, or rather the relation um, between China and Central Asia? Is it important to China? Yes, it is. It is very important to China. Because Central Asia, in terms of location, is the next door neighbor. So if you move out of Xinjiang, Tibet, the western part of China, you will reach the Central Asia region. And because of this locations, the location of Central Asia to China, it is very crucial to the Belt Road Initiative. If you look at the China-Europe freight train service, the CEFT in short, which we always call it. But if you ignore the route of this service on the northern side, which are in Russia, the other major routes are in Central Asia. If you look at it, the graph, goods when from China, when they move or when they leave China, the first region that they touch is Central Asia, which is the red circle. So then after that, you travel to the Middle East, which is the blue circle, and of course, in the blue circle, not only the land, I mean, you have the options crossing over the Caspian Sea or the Black Sea. Then after that, after the Middle East region, you move into the green circle, which is Europe. So when you look at it, it is very important that China and Central Asia has a very good relationship. Because if China doesn't have a good relationship with Central Asia, Chinese goods will never get to leave China on the western part. This is like a backyard of China. If you consider the sea, the Pacific Oceans, the sea is the front of China. So this part, this backyard of China is an option to China to move its goods out of China in terms of trade. If there is any obstacles for whatever reasons that exist on the east side in the oceans. So China has an option that the trade is to continue to go via the western part, via the CEFT. So it is important that this relationship between China and Central Asia to be good, and I believe China and the Central Asian countries will continue to work together. China will make sure that it will put in a lot of efforts, a lot of helps to the Central Asian countries. And other than this train services, there's enough benefits that China can have maintaining a good relation with the Central Asian regions, particularly Kazakhstan. Kazakhstan is rich in oil and gas and minerals. So for China, it's like oil and gas and minerals supplier living next door. That's why it is very crucial for China to keep a good relations with Kazakhstan as well as the other Central Asian countries, to keep the stability in this region. Kazakhstan is, like I said just now, Kazakhstan is rich in oil and gas and minerals, and that will meet none of China's energy needs. I mean, China has a lot of options in terms of filling its energy demand, but having one more is always good rather than having one less. That's why it is important that China maintain good relations with the Central Asia countries, particularly Kazakhstan, from the energy supply perspective. That is China. What about the Central Asia regions, Kazakhstan and the other four countries in the Central Asia region? Well, they can tap into China expertise in terms of infrastructure, in terms of technology, and also in terms of AI, as well as economic development measures, how they can adopt or use the policies that China has used in the past decade to boost the economy and to transform the economic structure of China. I'm sure the Central Asia countries as well as other countries can learn from the experience of China. Then there's another benefits that the Central Asia countries can have by having a good relationship with China, and that is a strategic partner. In the past, they always have just one, which is the West, but now they have an option, and that is China. And China is not only just a strategic partner or just another options. China is a strategic partner that has a good or strong economic power, strong technology, and also strong in military. And that is important. And I guess the China rise in terms of the economic might, the technology and military are one of the reasons that the West see China as a threat. It's a threat to the West, but it's a huge benefit to Central Asia countries. They can be sure that China will make sure the relations and the partnership and the cooperations are always win-win situations. Okay, that's all for this video. See you in the next one. Bye.